Name is John Grace. Hello, how are you doing tonight? Um, Tonight I would like to speak about um, my experiences in the Sports Living Service of the Irish Wheelchair Association in Kilkenny. I've been living here since 2007, or yeah, 2007, yeah, um, in the service, like. But I'm not living here that long. In the Seven Lawns, I'm living here a year. Yeah, I lived in Clannacourt for 10 years, and due to fire safety concerns, the residents of that area were evacuated. Um, Sorry, I'm just doing something. Evacuated, and I was moved out to Callan, first out to Mount Carmel, a bungalow out there, and then um, we moved out to um, the or moved into the Brooklyn house um, on down the street from where we were uh, when I moved out there with another man who moved from Cairns College. Um, yeah, it was nice living with someone, but I prefer my own independence if I could have it. Yeah, so it was a nice trying to do when it lasted, but living on my own was much more like it. Then I moved a year ago last year to this year. It's a year ago this year to Seven Lords, Margaret's Fields in Kilkenny, and working great, thank God. Um, no trouble, thank God, with any neighbours or that. The I don't see Bob Bar, the man next door here, and the other side, Bobby, who's a new resident with the Irish Wheelchair Association. Sport Living has been brilliant to us for the last 14 odd years, for me anyway, and others who have gone on to do different things in the service. Um, yeah, I think it's important for people with disabilities to have their own space if they're suitable for it. They have to know if they're suitable for it first to go and do live in their space in the space, because if they're not able for it, not much you can do. But it is wrong to put a young person with a disability into a nursing home situation with people of an older generation. That is just not right for people with physical or sensory or intellectual disabilities, and more accommodation needs to be found for these people, rather whether it be a few people together or uh, living independently or with support. They get support in the nursing home, I know, but nursing homes, you don't want to end up in the nursing home when you're 20 or 30 odd. Like, it's all right for 70 or 80 year olds or 60 people in their 60s is not great either, but the 20s and 30s, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, so just make sure you're able for your accommodation if you're thinking about the switch to independent slash support living. It was the best thing I did when I moved in to Claddycourt. I got to do so many different things, from All Ireland's to football, see football matches, to see rugby matches, to even horse racing, dogs, and stuff like that, and that time. But it's been such a life changer for me, and I would be lost without them. My father is on his own, and he wouldn't be able to look after me on his own, physically, like, because he's over 80, and it would be impossible for him to look after me on his own, like, physically, because he's not his mobility is impaired with his knees and pains and the usual stuff with the elderly. And yeah, my mother passed away 3 years ago with cancer. So things changed rapidly. Once she was diagnosed, I was going out for full weekends up until diagnosis in 2016. But since then, it was only one day a week, one day every so often that I go out and then come back. And yeah, it wasn't an easy time for any of us. It was shit for all concerned. Even my mother, when she only for being in Canada, though, in a way, as much as they not give out, but just say it wasn't for me, just living with people. Only for living out there, I would be in bother, because my mother was in the nursing home out there, and it wouldn't have been as easy to get out to her. In Callan, she was in Strathmore Lodge nursing home in Callan, and looked after superbly well in the place. But yeah, only for that it would have been harder to get into to her as often as I did, and I was grateful for the place when I had it. And yeah, they were very attentive to my needs, both before and after passing, like. So I would like to thank the Irish Wheelchair Association for giving me the opportunity. Sorry, I should really turn this off, but it would be alright. Oops, sorry, of course. Yeah. Yeah. They can bleep that out if I said it either way. But I said it low enough so no one would hear it. But yeah, only for where I was at the time, the likes of being out to stay with my mother, and yeah, the see to me when I was unwell after my mother passed away. I wouldn't be here talking to you tonight. So what I'm going to do is send this onto the YouTube page first, and then send it to Twitter, and they can edit it from there. Listen, I've been so grateful to the association, and yeah, supported living services have been very good to me. So again, think about it, guys. If you want to do this, make sure you're able for it, and then do it. If you're not able for it, surely there's another avenue that you could go down to suit your needs. Thank you very much.